depend mainly on private donations to continue protecting these national treasures. If you wish to see these pristine parks treated with the respect and protection they deserve for your children and their children, then please support the Bahamas National Trust.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Coming up in the news, state-of-the-art Grand Bahama Airport project on track for 2025 completion. Plus, Prime Minister Philip Davis inspects renovated 8 Mile Rock Gymnasium. And West End Police Station demolition clears way for new facility. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, starts now.
The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, everyone. I'm Raven Davis. Thank you so much for tuning in. Topping news tonight, the long-awaited state-of-the-art airport project on Grand Bahama is on track for completion by 2025, according to the Minister of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, the Honorable Chester Cooper, who toured both the international and domestic terminals today. Rumiko Knowles has more details in this report.
Moving steadily.
The Minister of Tourism, Investment and Aviation, the Honorable I. Chester Cooper, confirming that the state-of-the-art airport project in Grand Bahama remains on track for a 2025 completion. The ambitious project, which is eagerly anticipated by local residents, will be constructed in phases as outlined in the initial bill design.
But actively, we're doing a design build for the new terminal facility, and let me just say soon we'll see that coming out of the ground. I think the people of Grand Bahama will be very pleased.
Minister Cooper says that the redevelopment, which represents a $200 million investment, is moving forward and that Grand Bahamians will soon start to see tangible results.
Building an airport takes time, and we want to build what is suitable for the people of Grand Bahama. We promised a world-class airport.
The tourism minister also providing an update on the demo work, which has commenced at the Grand Bahama International Terminal.
We've gutted all of the interiors and we cleaned it up. It was a complete mess since the Hurricane Dorian destroyed it. We are actively engaged with a number of cargo companies who are extremely interested in doing some things here. And we've had to pause to consider these opportunities that might be very lucrative for Grand Bahama. So we put a pause on the demolition at the moment. There's a possibility that we will use the space for cargo as we build the other sides of the airport.
The government entered an agreement with key partners to design, build, finance, operate, maintain, and redevelop the airport on Grand Bahama. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Rumiko Knowles.
Certainly good news there, Rumiko. Meantime, Prime Minister, the Honorable Philip Davis, touring the 8 Mile Rock Gymnasium, which has been under renovation since last year. With the project nearing completion, the nation's leader stressed the continued commitment to West Grand Bahama. Shane Stubbs has more details in this report.
From a shell of its former self to something West Grand Bahamians can be proud of. The 8 Mile Rock Gymnasium's renovations are nearly fully completed, and Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis was on hand to take in special note of the hard work that went in to the repairs.
And of course, we can't forget the room. We can't forget.
New paint, air conditioning units, lighting, and a brand new floor, along with other fixtures. Those are just some of the improvements made to West Grand Bahama's multi-purpose facility. The gymnasium served as a community center as well as home for sporting activities and other events, but wear and tear along with hurricane damage played a role in its decline. But from the Prime Minister's point of view,
I mean, the finishing work here, the way they have done and executed this work, Todd Martin, the contractor here, I'm very proud of him to see what he has done.
The nation's leader also counted as a continued investment in young people and the West Grand Bahama area.
It's multi-purposes. They could play volleyball and any other sport here, even tennis if they want. But at the end of the day, investing in this is investing in our young people. And it's also a community center because it has been done in such a way that it will now serve as a hurricane shelter for this region.
Sky's Construction was tasked with revamping the facility. Since restoration began in 2023, contractor Todd Martin says it's been nothing but sleepless nights to deliver the current product.
The entire floor had termite damage, the roofing, the guttering, everything. So we just planned well. The team will be put together. We didn't take no for answer. We didn't get deterred. We didn't get restless. We know what we needed to do.
The facility can hold a maximum of 500 people when in use. With an official opening set for next month, Member of Parliament for West Grand Bahama and Bimini, Kingsley Smith, believes West Grand Bahamians will be pleased.
We're just waiting on Ministry of Works to come down. They just want to get through the school opening. And once they do so, they will come, give their final inspection, sign off, and then we'll open.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Shane Stubbs.
Well, the PLP government's commitment to West Grand Bahama also extending to West End. The West End police station was brought down in a controlled demolition on Wednesday afternoon, following its official condemnation by the Ministry of Works. The demolition process was meticulously managed by the area's Member of Parliament, local police officials, and a team of experienced contractors. Together, they underscored the critical need for safety and discussed plans for a new state-of-the-art facility. It's been a long time coming, but the West End police station was finally demolished on Wednesday after being officially condemned by the Ministry of Works. The Member of Parliament for West Grand Bahama and Bimini, the Honorable Kingsley Smith Jr., voicing optimism. He says the demolition paves the way for the construction of a state-of-the-art police station.
Our officers who are here today, I'm sure they are very pleased to know that they'll be housed in new facilities in the upcoming immediate future. And so again, ACE Marines contractors, locals from West Grand Bahama Construction Company is here doing the job with us today.
The demolition, which is expected to take place over the next 2 days, marking only the beginning of the transformation. While there is no definitive timeline for the rebuild of the new station, authorities are determined to expedite the process.
We're in the process of finalizing and getting the plans approved, the new plans approved by the Commissioner of Police. And so once the plans are finalized and approved, then we could go ahead with obviously doing the drawings, getting the final drawings submitted and approved by the various ministries and agencies.
Plans for the new police station include the addition of a fire station, which will address the critical need for a fire engine in the area. The new building will also feature cutting-edge facilities, including a conference room that can double as an emergency operations center in times of disaster. Officer in charge of the West End Division, Superintendent Teresita Pinder, sharing law enforcement's excitement about the forthcoming changes.
We are elated. The morale just went up 100%. As we view the demolition of the old and in with the new.
And in addition to the benefits for public safety, the demolition and construction project is also creating job opportunities. Around 15 operators are currently employed in the process, and they're expressing gratitude for the chance to contribute.
We're very grateful for the government giving us this opportunity. This has been a long time coming for us to replace the old, as you can see, West End demolished police station. The one prior to this was built back in the early 30s, and this was the second one built in the 80s. And that only had 2 cells in it. So now we're going to get a state-of-the-art. Our trucks have not arrived yet because we're just at the demolition process. Tomorrow morning, we will have about 40 truckloads moving the debris away, and that's going to create great employment for the community, and everyone's very grateful.
And in news from the Health Beat, a major step in the healthcare sector on Grand Bahama as the government commissioned the new pathogens unit. The ceremony consisted of a blessing, unveiling, ribbon cutting, and a guided tour led by the Minister of Health and Wellness, the Honorable Michael Darville. Julanda Thompson-Everest was there and filed this report.
Mission accomplished. The Grand Bahama Health Services Special Pathogens Unit and Rehabilitation Services are now completely furnished and equipped for all patients needing urgent care, rehab training, and therapy. A ribbon-cutting ceremony was held outside both units where the Health Minister, Dr. Michael Darville, toured the completion of both facilities, deeming the significant day progress in the medical profession. The new Special Pathogens Unit is set to enhance care for patients with infectious diseases by providing a comfortable, safe environment separate from other patients. The unit's innovative design will also prevent air contamination from affecting other areas of the facility.
Today, we're so pleased that these units are up and running so that the residents of Grand Bahama now can benefit from these units that were purchased almost a year and a half ago by the PHA.
Machines, beds, chairs, and bathrooms placed perfectly for the patient's comfort in the Special Pathogens Unit, while weights and treadmills constructed in the Rehabilitation Center. The Health Minister noting that the units will also assist in managing the patient load at the hospital.
Units are now available and will help with the necessary repairs that must go on here at Durand Memorial Hospital so that the patients can have an excellent experience. Our doctors will not be working in cramped spaces, and we will be able to give a better quality service.
Dr. Aubanet Roll, Managing Director of the Public Hospitals Authority, disclosing that the rehab center has been in use for weeks.
We've been facilitating those patients on an outpatient basis, but the same team obviously comes in inpatient to care for the patients here. So that is moving smoothly.
Roll furthering that physicians from the emergency unit will transfer to the Special Pathogens Unit, continuing temporary services.
They will function there as a full emergency room, and you saw the capacity and the ability to service the people in Grand Bahama while we now fix the existing emergency room.
The Member of Parliament for West Grand Bahama and Bimini and Permanent Secretary in the Office of the Ministry for Grand Bahama, Kingsley Smith, also in attendance, stating that the two units will now relieve many affected by the hospital's structural issues.
In the Accident Emergency Center, and also when it comes to the rehabilitation of patients, now they move them in a separate section, which frees up much needed space in the main part of the hospital.
The Health Minister repeating that the Ministry of Health intends to do a turnkey shortly of the new Grand Bahama Health Campus in June of 2025. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Jolanda Thompson Everest.
Switching gears now, more details revealed tonight regarding a Grand Bahama teen reported missing since August 6. Initially, police reported that 17-year-old Adelia Parjon of 8 Mile Rock was missing. According to an all-points bulletin, the teen was last seen at her home in Seagrape. However, tonight, according to Superintendent Stephen Rowe, the young woman's disappearance is now classified as a runaway.
As a result of the police investigation into the report of a missing juvenile female, it is determined at this point that she is not missing. However, she is considered a runaway. Police can confirm that this female was sighted in various settlements in the Grand Bahama district. Police want to urge the public, whomever is assisting or harboring this young female, will be arrested and will be dealt with to the full extent of the law.
Now, once again, if you know the whereabouts of 17-year-old Adelia Parjon, you are asked to contact police at 911-919 or the Criminal Investigations Department at 350-3106. And when the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition continues, hear how a long-standing collaborative effort to share the gospel impacted the youth. Stay with us.
There are some things that are undeniably Bahamian. A good count salad, junkanoo, the way we worship, the way we take care of one another, all undeniably Bahamian. And right in the midst of our iconic things, places, and people is Commonwealth Bank. Increasing access, sponsoring dreams, working alongside Bahamians to increase the quality of their lives for more than 60 years. Commonwealth Bank, nothing more than being Bahamian. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Come on down and see what Dolly Madison has in store for you. Renovate and rejuvenate at Dolly Madison.
Foresight IT Professionals is offering back-to-school deals on all desktop and laptop computer systems, starting at just $4.99. Packages include printer and accessories. It's a great time to purchase that home or office computer. Phone 602-0946 or 813-3355. Foresight IT Professionals, your IT products and services resource. God is Able Shoe Repair for back-to-school footwear, shoe, luggage, and belt repairs, orthopedic shoes, shoe polishing, hat spraying, custom-made shoes, and so much more. Number 6 Churchill Building, downtown Freeport.
Looking for something to wear this weekend? Step into the world of bad and bougie trends for stunning men and ladies' outfits to must-have sneakers. Check them out at number 10 Churchill Building, Uncle P's Building and Unit. Spend your weekend at Gombe Land. They're open 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Follow them on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. WhatsApp 816-3314 for more information. Step into comfort and style with Hush Puppies, now available in Nassau and Freeport at John West Shoe Company. Visit them in Nassau, Carmichael West behind Wendy's, or in downtown Freeport. Call 603-SHOE or 352-4574 to find your perfect pair today.
Hey, what are you doing? I'm self-insuring my investments, starting with this tarp.
We all remember the blue tarps after the storm. Let's make sure that we are covered with more than a tarp. Don't allow your investment to be at risk. Protect your investment with one of our insurance policies.
Nobody does it better.
Your number one news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. A long-standing collaborative effort to share the gospel with our youth, Living Water Assembly with a congregation from Orlando, Florida, led by evangelist Rupert Henry, are accomplishing their mission at the Grand Bahama Children's Home to ensure the kids feel the admiration. Pastor Eddie Victor of Living Water Assembly shares he has a passion to reach out to the children in local communities and to share the love of the Lord with today's youth for a better tomorrow.
So that they can experience the tangible love of our team and the other persons that will join us from our church. And so it's going to be a lot of fun activities, but also a time to inspire the children, to give children hope, and to let them know that there's a group of people here in this community that loves them, but more importantly, that the Lord loves them.
In 20 years of work, evangelist Rupert Henry continues to serve his community in his native city of Kissimmee, Florida. However, he says there's always work to be done. As executive director of the Grand Bahama Children's Home, he adds that despite the name of the orphanage, it's the only home in the northern Bahamas with kids from all over the north residing there.
I know that they have love and care with them in all kind of areas, but we just want to bring a heightened attention to the community here in Grand Bahama and also the rest of the Bahamas, that these children are here and they should not be forgotten. It's not their fault that they're in this situation. They should not be charged to take care of themselves. They should be in a place where the village, like our sister said before, is to raise a child, and it takes a village.
Is to be able to be a support to the home, which is something that we definitely need. Support persons within the community locally and internationally to be able to recognize that we're here and give assistance.
In other news, a revolutionary technology used for breast cancer testing. Shalia Roll has more details in this report.
As the number of women with breast cancer rise throughout the Bahamas, the GirlCon organization, along with BACSA, is promoting early detection. Catherine K. Smith, founder and chairman of GirlCon organization, says that through talking to women and experiencing the pain of a mammogram, women run away from these exams because they are painful. With BACSA examination, the breast exam is painless.
We found is in talking to women who are even a part of our organization, some women are very afraid of doing a mammogram. They talk about breast compression, that it hurts. They're just timid, they're afraid. Some people do not have insurance, they're not working, so they can't pay for a mammogram as well. We're not saying to people that the mammogram is still not the gold standard. What we are saying is those women who are sitting on the couch who really are afraid of just dealing with any kind of breast exam, this is an exam that you can do. And this is early detection. This is what our discussion is always surrounded around early detection. And so that's what
Well, David Appel, the Chief Technology Officer at BACSA, says that the tool used for the BACSA breast exam is similar to ultrasound technology, but instead of radiation, the device uses hundreds of sensors to find imperfections in the breast.
The device is based on sensor technology that was developed in the Harvard Robotics Lab, and it's like an electronic sense of touch. So in the same way that if a doctor does a breast exam, he's using 10 fingers, this is using over 200 sensors in this area, and it simply glides over the breast with a light amount of force, and if anything is underneath, then it will be detected by the sensors pressing into it, just the same way that your fingers could. But this
From February to May of this year, the GirlCon BACSA partnership has tested 200 women throughout Grand Bahama. 30 of these women were sent to their primary care physician for further testing. Angela Roll, a participant of this initiative, says that this experience was very relaxing.
The experience that I had a while ago, I will call it it was like a spa experience, because I've had the mammogram before and it was very uncomfortable, very excruciating. Never wanted to do it again, but here it is, trying this for the first time. It felt as if I was in a spa, and they were very comforting, they were very knowledgeable. They told me what they were going to do, every touch, everything along the way.
The GirlCon BACSA partnership is expected to continue in October of this year. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Shalia Roll.
Well, that's a look at stories making news. Shane, what's happening in sports?
Find out if anybody was able to knock off Pinedale in the BAF One Love basketball tournament, so you don't want to miss it. Stick around, sports is next after this break.
Journey to a serene oasis. Relax. Rejuvenate. Welcome to Renew Day Spa. For appointments, call 352-RENU.
Hi, I want to put some shoes on your feet.
Hi, I want to put some shoes on your feet.
I still want to put shoes on your feet.
I want to put some shoes on your feet.
And I still want to put shoes on your feet.
We still want to put shoes on your feet.
2 locations to put shoes on your feet. Downtown Freeport, and now our newest location in the Carmichael City Shopping Plaza, right behind the Walk-Up Wendy's, Carmichael Road West.
We're all still thinking about you.
5 years later. You know what my grandson said to me the other day? Grammy, can you help me? I lost my mummy. The impact of Hurricane Dorian continues to live on. The stories,
a lot of people screaming out for help,
the emotions, and the legacy of those who lost their lives.
Everything gonna be all right. Everything gonna be all right. We can keep in touch. Event's starting to pick up now, so.
This is me, my husband, Rob. Oh, no, this is my room right now. This is Title's Buds.
And he fell. He jumped back on the jet ski and he came back. He said, that's it.
I ain't going back home no more. See what happened. He never told me what happened, but I assumed that he hit some bodies.
This amendment is for the people.
I'm Jolanda Thompson-Everest. Join us for this 5-day special series at 6:30 p.m. only on the ZNS Network.
Good evening, beautiful people. I'm Shane Stubbs, and welcome to Sports. Tonight, we begin with tennis, where one young player got some taste of international competition. Let's take a look at how we did. Dylan Sykes is back after competing with Team Bahamas at the ITF World Juniors for the contact region.
We competed in the under-14s division. We went to El Salvador, and we placed 11th or 10th. The Bahamas team did good, the boys and girls. I played in the doubles. We took on a couple countries, and overall, I had a good performance.
While he's gridlocked and preparing for a few upcoming local tournaments, he's got his sights set on an even bigger prize. But for now, he's continuing to sharpen what he's good at.
I'm working on everything, and I'm trying to make the Davis Cup team for next year. So that's a good goal for me to set. I'm trying to work on my volleys, but my serves and my ground strokes are very good. Keep working on that, yeah.
Next in sports, the BAF One Love basketball tournament had the West rocking down in Seagrape. The big question was, who would knock off Pinedale as this year's champions? The answer turned out to be no one. Pinedale successfully defended their title. They took care of Pine Forest. The final score, 24-20. Jaden Mather was the most valuable player, scoring 12 points in the win. The tournament was in memoriam of the late Honorable Obadiah Wilshcombe. And lastly in sports, Jonquil Jones and the New York Liberty continue their road to the playoffs. They'll take on the Los Angeles Sparks this evening at 10. The last time these two teams met, the Liberty won easily, 103-68. And that is a wrap for your Northern Edition Sports Update. I'm Shane Stubbs. As always, be safe and be great.
Thanks, Shane. Now here's your check on tonight's local weather forecast.
Tonight's weather forecast is brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
'Cause it's so beautiful.
Shopping at Save More can help you do just that. Make us your first stop for all your prescription needs and medical supplies. Get all your health and beauty items at the same time. And don't miss our huge choice of snacks to satisfy your cravings. And the largest vitamin selection and over-the-counter relief products. Need diapers and other baby care items? First stop. The new section for makeovers, cosmetics, and beautiful jewelry will make you sparkle for that next special event. Save More Drugs, your more store.
West Grand Bahama and Bimini constituency branches presents the back-to-school prayer walk and salsa. Saturday, August 31st from 5:30 a.m. to 12 noon. It starts at 5:30 a.m. at Sunset Village Bandstand warm-up and praise session with Bishop Simeon Houghton and Fred. The route starts at Sunset Village Bandstand West onto Bayshore Road to 8 Mile Rock Front Street. Continue east to Bartlett Hill. Turn onto St. Stephen's Corner. Continue west on Bayshore Road to Sunset Village Bandstand. Saturday, August 31st from 5:30 a.m. to 12 noon.
Here at Freeport Decorators, we have hundreds of products for you to choose from. Whether you're in the market for trophies, plaques, rubber stamps, corporate signs, any kind of interior signage, stamps, or seals, we're your one-stop shop. We feature glass, acrylic, crystal awards for every occasion. We build all the trophies here on site. Looking for a gift item? We feature pens, key rings, mugs, tumblers, barbecue tools, even bamboo cutting boards. Have something already? Bring it on down. Let us see if we can print that special something on it for you. Need a headstone? Memorialize the memory of your loved one with a beautifully lasered granite marker. Our store hours are Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. We focus on customization. So if you have an idea or a new concept, bring it on down or call us at 352-5557 or even WhatsApp your idea to us at 646-0777 and we will do our best to make your awards and recognition ideas a reality.
We're all still thinking about you.
5 years later. You know what my grandson said to me the other day? Grammy, can you help me? I lost my mommy. The impact of Hurricane Dorian continues to live on. The stories,
A lot of people screaming out for help.
the emotions, and the legacy of those who lost their lives.
Everything will be all right. Everything will be all right. We can keep in touch. When starting to pick up now, so.
This is me, my husband, Rob. Oh, no, this is my room right now. This is Title's buds.
Then he fell. He jumped back on the jet ski and he came back. He said, I said, I ain't going back on no more. I said, what happened? He never told me what happened, but I assumed that he hit some bodies.
This amendment is for the people.
I'm Jolanda Thompson Everest. Join us for this 5-day special series at 6:30 p.m. only on the ZNS Network.
Lena Hepburn Knowles, you are our Facebook friend of the night. We are hoping that you're having a great birthday. And Shashina is waiting on this summer's sea grapes, so we hope to see you soon. Well, that concludes the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. On behalf of the entire news team in the North, I'm Raven Davis. Thank you for watching, but stay tuned. The Bahamas Tonight continues.
Up in the Bahamas tonight, the national report, recruitment numbers for the armed forces on the decline. We'll tell you about the academic requirement deficiency that's causing the problem. The parliamentary registration ironing out all of the kinks ahead of Election Day 2026. Will the real Valley Boys stand up? Hear who will be heading to Bay Street to represent the popular group for the holiday parades. And in sports, Masters world champion Tim Munnings returns home. The Bahamas Tonight, the national report, starts now.
ZNS News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
Everyone, I'm LaDawn Davis, and this is the Bahamas Tonight, the national report. Thanks so much for tuning in. Bahamian citizenship, a good character, and good academic qualifications are some of the requirements needed to become an officer of the Royal Bahamas Police Force. According to the police force's website, interested applicants must possess no less than 4 BGCSEs at grade C or above, or pass the police academy's entrance examination in English language, mathematics, general knowledge at grades C or above. But according to National Security Minister, the Honorable Wayne Monroe, there has been a challenge finding more men than women who meet the academic requirements to join the armed forces. However, Minister Monroe contends it has not posed a significant threat to recruitment numbers, although they've decreased. His comments came on the sidelines of a graduation ceremony for the Ministry of Youth, It Ain't Worth It program aimed at empowering at-risk boys in the community.
So there is a need to recruit more males. We have more challenges finding males who are academically qualified. There hasn't been a shortfall of recruitment yet. You have to bear in mind you have to have the academic qualification, you have to pass a physical test, you have to pass medical tests, and then you also have to pass vetting to make sure you're that right sort of person. So although there are challenges of getting men, my understanding is they're still meeting their goals. So for instance, if we're recruiting 30 women, we'll have 200 qualified women. Whereas when we're recruiting 70 men, we may have 80.
While the government monitors the amount of persons interested in joining the country's armed forces, the Royal Bahamas Defense Force has taken its own approach to attract Bahamians to national service. According to Human Resources Manager Lieutenant Commander Thora Gardner, the Defense Force is holding a recruitment drive to entice more Bahamian men and women to protect the country's borders.
Currently, we are working on our decentralization plan in line with our maritime security mission objectives from 2022. Of course, we're also looking to increase our human capitals with respect to our decentralization plan, as well as replacements due to resignations, whether voluntary or involuntary. Applications are very simple, very minute. A person needs to be between the ages of 18 and 30, of course, a Bahamian citizen. They have to possess a minimum of 5 BJCs or BGCSEs, or a combination thereof, inclusive of math and English. They have to have a clean security vetting, because they are going to be considered law enforcement officers, and so they need to have a clean security vetting in terms of having a clean police record.
The vetting process is not without challenges. Some of the primary concerns include failure of drug tests, previous injuries, and other physical impediments. However, there has been positive feedback.
It's been widely accepted. We had a very dynamic recruitment exercise over the past couple of weeks, where we opened up a portal on the internet, and persons, they overwhelmingly show their interest. I just wish to add that for any young person who's not sure what they want to do with themselves after they graduate from high school, or maybe someone is between the age of 25 to 30 and not sure exactly where they want to go in terms of a career, I invite them to submit an application to join the RBDF. It's an excellent career stepping stone. It's also an excellent career if you want to just be a part of a great organization. The RBDF is a family organization. We don't only take care of people while they are at work, we take care of people outside of work.
National Security Minister, the Honorable Wayne Monroe, is again defending the Commissioner of Police's desire to remain mum on the investigation into former Criminal Investigations Department Chief Michael Johnson. The minister argued that the top cop remaining quiet protects the integrity of the investigation and the judicial process, noting that if the media is flooded with information, it could very well prejudice the case.
Who is concerned with seeing justice prevail must understand that there is a system, and there is no point giving somebody a get out of jail free card, publicizing the matter in the press, so even the simplest lawyer, relying on Ferguson and others and a gang of cases, can say, yes, you may have all of this, but court, you can't find an impartial jury because all of this has been flooded in the media. It is a balance that must be struck, and it's a balance that I am fully aware of.
Last week, Commissioner Clayton Fernando released a statement revealing that he will only update the public on the investigation periodically, informing them that the investigation is ongoing. Minister Monroe later yielding to the commissioner's position, maintaining that from his background, he can see why that would be in the best interest of the police force, and urged members of the public to remain patient.
He has said that if perchance people are concerned that an investigation isn't still going on, they will update that, yes, it is still going on. This desire for a blow-by-blow of information has deleterious effect on prosecutions. I repeat, I know what the effect is. Anytime you give that gift to a defense lawyer, they will thank you for it.
17 illegal migrants repatriated from the Bahamas to Cuba yesterday. The group, comprising of 16 Cuban nationals and one Zimbabwean national, left Lyndon Pindling International Airport at 5:35, led by the Immigration's Deportation and Enforcement units. All security and health protocols were followed. When you hear the word nuclear, it's likely that weapons come to mind. However, the safe use of nuclear material is an everyday feature worldwide. Today, the Bahamas partnered with several United States government agencies for a 3-day workshop on the peaceful applications of nuclear and chemical sciences for safety, security, and sustainable development. Here's Vaughn Aubrey.
The Bahamas signed a number of treaties related to safeguarding nuclear and chemical material for peaceful purposes. On Wednesday, Bahamian and American government officials teamed up to raise awareness and implement the highest standards of the International Atomic Agency. Richard Gorovich is U.S. Assistant Deputy Administrator for the Office of Non-Proliferation and Arms Control.
This collaboration between the United States and the Bahamas will prepare us to harness the capabilities of that maritime nuclear power presents, but also to promote cooperation in other critical areas.
National Security Minister the Honorable Wayne Munro noted the interconnectedness of today's world.
We may not be a nuclear power, we may not have chemical weapons, but recent history has shown us that conflicts anywhere in the world affects everywhere in the world. Who would have thought that a conflict half a way around the world could affect the cost of goods, the cost of living all over the world?
Ambassador Ron Pinder says the Bahamas must now ensure the safe use of nuclear and chemical material on ships registered under the Bahamian flag.
Where hazardous chemicals are stored and transshipped, or nuclear material is stored or transshipped, it means that it must be done in a safe environment. And it also means that there must be security precautions so as to not allow those things to fall into the hands of dubious state actors or non-state actors that can use them for harmful purposes.
Going forward, more Bahamians will be trained to safeguard the country when it comes to the transshipment of chemical and nuclear material. For the Bahamas Tonight, I am Vaughn Albury.
Now to news from the crime beat. Sand covering up the remains of a man found dead in southwestern New Providence earlier this afternoon showed signs of an intense investigation underway into the country's latest homicide. Police informing the media that it was around 12:30 when they learned that gunshots were heard through a track road that led to a scrap metal yard on Carmichael Road North. Officer in charge of the police's Southwestern Division, Chief Superintendent Dino Josie, confirmed that the victim was a Haitian national in his early 40s who was an employee of this scrap metal business.
It said that a white vehicle, hatchback, came to the scrapyard, saw the male, demanded cash, and opened fire on the male. The male dropped after he was shot. The car left this area heading in a westerly direction on Carmichael Road. When the police responded and they found the body, EMS was called. EMS looked at the body. The coroner came. The coroner pronounced the body lifeless.
Stay close, there's more news right after this. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Full Call Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
At Commonwealth Bank, we offer affordable and flexible choices to get you back to financial fitness. Our personalized debt consolidation solution is built to fit any financial situation. One easy-to-handle monthly payment reduces your monthly expenses and gets you back on track to savings. Life is great when you're not weighed down by debt. Consolidate and live your best life with Commonwealth Bank, your leader in personal banking services.
finger-licking good.
Back into school.
Island Soles Bahamas is a newly established Bahamian-owned manufacturing shoe company. I founded this business as I looked at the various stores locally. It was evident that the Bahamas heavily relies on imports. While bridging the manufacturing gap will be a generational project, Island Soles aims to be one of the many local companies leading the charge. Since I joined the SBDC, my journey has been filled with many success stories. Access to capital enables me to travel the world in search of becoming a certified shoemaker. From the windy cities of Chicago to the bustling streets of London to the fashion capital of the world, Italy, I was in search of the best and brightest in the footwear manufacturing industry. Today, with the assistance of SBDC, I am now a certified shoemaker specializing in the production of luxury footwear.
For more information about the Young Entrepreneurs Initiative, call us at 461-7232 or email funding@sbdcbahamas.com.
We need people who are willing to step up and take action, need people willing to fight for what is good and what is right.
We are on the verge of the most profound industrial revolution in human history. I've had the privilege of seeing the future, and I'm here to tell you that it's not just going to be okay, it's going to be amazing.
I've made a decision to remain committed to doing all I can to help elevate you.
Get ready for Own Talks 2024. All new speakers, all new insight, and an all-new chance to submit an application and win one of the grants given away by Own Bahamas to jumpstart your business endeavors.
Your professional success is going to become about how well we can imagine a future that we want to live in and the courage to build for it.
Mediocre minds are the greatest enemies to innovation and change.
There's nothing we can't do.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Bahamas Striping Group of Companies.
Free National Movement leader Michael Pintard mounting the podium today by revealing his stance on the Grand Bahama Port Authority, which has come under scrutiny in recent months. This as members of the government accuse him of not having an official stance at all. Devontae Hanna is on the story tonight.
Opposition Free National Movement leader Michael Pintard today doubling down on his point that the Grand Bahama Port Authority's ownership should divest. He's also imagining a new dawn for the island.
That Bahamians, Grand Bahamians in particular, should be given an opportunity to invest, to create, to reimagine a new regulatory regime in Freeport.
The Grand Bahama Port Authority, charged with managing the city of Freeport, has faced mounting criticism over the past few months, particularly for the recent proposal by its subsidiary, the Grand Bahama Power Company, for a rate increase. Progressive Liberal Party Chairman, the Honorable Frederick Mitchell, not mincing words, calling for Pintard to take a definitive stance on the matter.
Money and all that aside, do you stand up for the people of Grand Bahama and your constituency against the Grand Bahama Port Authority? Or are you a water boy for the Grand Bahama Port Authority?
Pintard also denied the party received any funding from the regulatory.
It is an absolute lie. Not 5 million, not 4 million, not 3 million. We could go, I would know how much they got. And we could name investor after investor, local and international. Unlike them, we believe in campaign finance reform.
Though Pintard claims to be on the right side of the fight, Mitchell says he is not convinced.
When he sat in the cabinet and did nothing to advance the city where his constituents live. So we ask the question again, Leader of the opposition, whose side are you on? The people of the Bahamas and your constituents in Marco City, or the Grand Bahama Port Authority?
The BOP also releasing a statement late this afternoon accusing Pintard of, quote, repeating the talking points of the GBPA. They also, in that statement, revealed that they will continue to hold the Grand Bahama Port Authority accountable and maintain that they will continue to see record levels of investment on the island. LaDawn?
Thanks a lot, Devante. Well, Culture Minister, the Honorable Mario Boleg, was unable to confirm if the name registration of the world-famous Valley Boys has been rescinded, as suggested by local reports. Boleg told reporters after watching both factions of the group compete over the last year, he is hopeful that they can mend ties and put on the performance the Valley Boys are known for. He noted that he is set to meet with the governing bodies of Junkanoo to receive advice on the next step.
I've heard of that. Let me say, I haven't confirmed because I haven't seen it. But the Junkanoo in New Providence is run by the JCNP. The JCNP determines who are A group and who are B group. Is my understanding that any new group joining the parade has to go as a B before they become A. Now, as it relates to them receiving direction for a name change again, I've heard that, but I've not seen that in writing or any proof to that as yet. But I will definitely be back in office. Today I meet with the NJC and the ministry staff who are responsible for Junkanoo, and between this week and next week, we'll continue to have meetings and try to get this matter sorted out as quick as we can.
This comes after swirling reports of the name being taken from the world-famous Valley Boys group led by Brian Adderley after the Valley Boys, the Way Forward group led by Trevor Davis, officially registered at the Registrar General's Department months before. Reps from the world-famous Valley Boys, however, say they are still prepared to go on Bay Street and expect to receive government seed funding within the next few weeks. To that, Minister Boleg is asking, what would Gus Cooper do?
Simple what they need to do, and that is to come together for the purpose of the group and the history of the group and also of Gus Cooper. I think the question that each and every one of them should ask themselves, if Gus was alive, what would he have done? You know, and I think once they answer that question, they would be able to make the best decision for the purpose of the group. And I think that Valley Boys has one of the largest followers in the country, and it is important that they get themselves together and be on one accord and head to Bay Street. That's what I would like to see as a minister.
The Parliamentary Registration Department deepening preparations ahead of the country's next general election, which is 2 years away. Fern Carey is following the story.
The country is expected to hold another general election in 2026, and staff at the Parliamentary Registration Department are stepping up preparations to ensure that the national poll takes place as smoothly as possible. Parliamentary Commissioner Arthur Taylor says it ties in with the department's election readiness.
We go and assess all of the polling stations, the places where we do the voting, and seeing if they still meet the standard that we have. Accessibility, wheelchair accessible, that type, the covered porches, that type of thing. People will be standing out in the sun if we do have these situations, how to mediate them. And then the number of them, if they are adequate.
The top parliamentary official indicated that a new challenge for the department is ensuring that adequate accommodations are available at polling stations on Election Day due to the anticipated increase in candidates offering for elected office.
Each candidate is allowed 3 agents per polling station, and you can see that becoming a challenge when you have 7 candidates in one constituency. And seeing that we use mainly schoolrooms. Most of those schoolrooms have a challenge now with when you only had 1 or 2 parties, but there are 3 agents, the 6 plus our staff and the layout of the room. So that's the kind of thing we're looking at now, getting ready in that way, putting in place all of the material we need for training, and training our persons who are becoming returning officers, presiding officers.
Voter registration is taking place on a daily basis, and that's extremely important to the overall integrity of the process.
With that, it ensures that all eligible Bahamian citizens have the opportunity to be registered, whether it's a first-time registration or a high school student who would have just completed high school and has turned 18. Also, it allows us to capture and reflect any changes to the current register, that being by name change through marriage or divorce, persons who would have relocated from one address to the next, persons who are on the family islands who move from one island to the next, and also it allows us to capture the removal of persons who would have passed on.
Coakley also noted that the ongoing registration process, which will come to an end when the House of Assembly is prorogued, allows parliamentary officials to capture duplications in the voters' register. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Fern Carey.
Thanks a lot, Fern. Well, the Small Business Development Center continues to enhance the lives of entrepreneurs nationwide. Wes Calix Forbes tells us tonight about the initiative's latest financial figures.
2,140 clients, over $83 million issued in funding to 44 industries on 15 islands. These statistics prove that small business development centers impact on the national economy. Launching in 2018, the SBDC caters to micro, small, and medium businesses, whether it's capacity building, access to capital funding, or pool of mentors. Samantha Roll is the SBDC Executive Director.
So SBDC measures its success through the performance of its clients based on sales growth, based on employment rate, and other critical criterias. What we found, particularly through our guaranteed loan program, is that sales growth has grown approximately 36% from first quarter to second quarter in 2024. The average business funded through the program generates approximately $265,000 annually, indicating over $1.8 million in sales over a 7-year loan period. We found that the average business is employing 3 full-time staff and 1 part-time staff. And so obviously that then contributes to the national employment rate.
The center's commitment to long-term success is evident in its comprehensive approach to client success, which extend well beyond the provision of financial resources.
One being, I would have mentioned, the advisory support. And so having an advisor, a business advisor, walk through in terms of looking at assessing your financial statements. The numbers tell a story, right? Additional support is provided is the promotional dollars that we provide to some of our clients, and so highlighting their business. A lot of our promotional videos, success story videos, they are aired or used through various distribution channels.
Looking ahead, the SBDC is planning several new opportunities for entrepreneurs to get involved. Upcoming events include business incubator programs, specialized workshops to equip entrepreneurs with the tool and knowledge they need to succeed. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Wes Calix Forbes.
Thanks a lot, Wes. In this week's episode of WealthWise, Leno Corporate Services speaks specifically to Gen Zs, advising them on how to prepare for their retirement. Here's Emmanuel Fertil.
There is a time to work, and there comes a time to retire. From baby boomers to Gen Zs, plans for retirement are a must. But one shouldn't simply retire from something, but have something to retire to. Cleora Farquharson, Vice President of Business Development and Client Relations at Leno Corporate Services, gives Gen Z's advice on how to prepare for their future.
Firstly, what the Gen Z generation has to do is come up with an estimate of exactly how much they're going to need for retirement. That's the first step. Experts say, and we support the fact that they need to have about 70 to 80% of the pre-retirement income to live comfortably post-retirement.
Okay, so that's the basics. Let's now look into the full breakdown.
We need to identify where it's supposed to come from. 3 sources. NIB is supposed to cover about 15% of that, an employer-sponsored plan 20%, and then your personal savings is supposed to cover about 65% of that. So if we were to take away national insurance from someone that was retiring making about $20,000 per year or $466,000, we're left with about $400,000.
As a part of the Gen Z generation, are you on track? There's only one way to find out.
What this Gen Z generation has to figure out is, right now, where am I on track to save $400,000? Firstly, if they work for an employer has a sponsored a pension plan, they need to find out how much is in that plan. Then they need to take a look at their personal savings and see where they are in terms of accumulating this $400,000.
And there you have it, Gen Zs, your retirement plan from Leno. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Emmanuel Fertil.
We still have more news to come, but Marcellus Hall has a look at what's coming up in sports. Marcellus?
Coming up in sports for tonight, our under-20 World Track and Field team doing good things. We'll tell you how they're performing after this in sports.
If you see news in the making, call ZNS News at 502-3800 or email us at znsnews@gmail.com.
Video needs to show us on a different scale. It has to be extra.
What, eh?
Hey, Quay.
Hey, what you saying?
Where you is?
I went you on the bus stop with my friend.
Okay, so we want to shoot this video, and it's gonna be extra.
Oh, wait, Jim. I can just come to you. All right. I need your 25 cents no more.
Over a decade ago, the Bahamas Striping Group of companies was birthed out of a passion to change the way we travel. From only a $5,000 grant, the tenacity and work ethic has propelled BSGC to one of the leading road management companies in the Caribbean. We pride ourselves on going the extra mile where others won't, through the use of our state-of-the-art equipment and our certified team. Although the success is commendable, the road has been long. Yet, the mission continues in striving to be a world-class organization ran by Bahamians for Bahamians. With the help of our experienced and hardworking team, we at the Bahamas Striping Group of companies are committed to making a difference, one road at a time.
Health is the greatest gift. That's where we come in. Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies is a premier distributor of medical equipment, as well as medical and surgical consumables. Our engineers are always on hand, providing top care service that saves lives. We carry a wide selection of over-the-counter and prescription items, IV fluids, and other injections. Our products are state-of-the-art, and our entire team stays on top of cutting-edge technology. With more than 2 decades of dedicated service, Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies continues to be a trendsetter and innovator in healthcare. We have set ourselves apart by truly caring for our customers. We understand the intricacies of healthcare, and we produce spectacular results. We cherish our partnerships and nurture our friendships as we continue on our quest to help everyone maintain that wonderful gift of good health.
Find us on 95th Terrace, Centerville, and now located in the Lucaya Shopping Center of Freeport, Grand Bahama.
For all of life's twists, turns, and defining moments, RBC is open for all of you.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station, open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
Primary school students will get a new light on literacy this new academic year thanks to an upgraded library courtesy of the Rotary Club of Southeast Nassau. The Rotarians spent 4 weeks transforming this sacred space for students to enjoy the myriad of books available for them to read. Literacy is one of the Rotary Club's areas of focus.
We've been revamping the space, painting the walls, painting the shelves. We've been reorganizing the books for the students. We were asked by the administration to create a kids' corner so we could engage the students and have them want to come in and learn and read.
And we are constantly on the ground with our kids. We take them from primary school, if you can believe it or not, right up to college, with our involvement in their daily lives.
Incredible was just one of the adjectives the Minister of Education and Member of Parliament for Centerville used to describe this monumental project.
The Ministry of Education, the government can do so much, but it is efforts like this where you see the level of beautiful volunteerism that is taking place in this space that makes the difference in who we are.
There's a painting that's up on the wall that says reading takes you everywhere, and there's nothing like the joy of opening a book, seeing the pictures and reading the words. It goes a long way, as Minister said, in terms of literacy and also inspiring the imagination of young kids.
The community of St. Barnabas came alive over the weekend for a special back-to-school giveaway just a few days before students returned to the classroom. The kids were treated to food, drinks, games like the bouncing castle, and haircuts. The Progressive Liberal Party's former election candidate for St. Barnabas, Senator the Honorable Michael Halkitis, believes this event is just one way to give parents in the community the push they need to get their kids ready for the new school year.
It's an opportunity for them to come together, be together as neighbors and members of the same community, have a little fun, have some treats, and as well we do some assistance with back-to-school supplies, bags, books, uniform assistance, etc. So it's been a wonderful experience so far. You see the amount of people that's here, so it's very well received, and we're just very, very happy to be able to do this, give this helping hand to parents as they send their children back to school.
Over in Mount Moriah, Member of Parliament Michael Bonamy and his team also giving back to the constituency he represents and grew up in a big way over the weekend. Participants toed long lines on the community park to receive school supplies and other necessities that will go a long way this new school term.
Today is our back-to-school event that we have every year, ensuring that the children in the community have a fun day before they start the school year, book supplies, school supplies, etc., to make sure that we ensure that they start the school year off in a good way.
You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. Stay close, there's more right after this.
Why pay more when you can pay less? Shop the specials at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets. Kraft macaroni and cheese, 7 1/4 ounce, 2 for $2. Distinction Long Life Milk, assorted 1 liter, $2.29. Old Carolina bacon, 12 ounce, $4.49. Sweet bananas, 89 cents per pound. Beef short ribs, $2.99 per pound. Rescuing you from high prices. That's Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
Carrie's Fabric and Uniform Store wants to get you ready for back to school.
They have ready-made uniforms and uniform fabrics for almost every school in the Bahamas.
At Carrie's, find skirts, blouses, shirts, jumpers, boy shorts and long pants, neckties, socks, and more.
You can even have your uniform skirts custom-made.
Check out our selection of embroidered cotton shirts.
That's Carrie's Fabric and Uniform Store on Mackey Street.
Call us at 393-0758 or 817-0758.
We here at Candid Security offer a varied range of security services, including guard service. We do armored service, we do pre-employment investigation, background checks, also vet people for employment. A live business hosted PBX is extremely important to our operation. I don't have to be in my office. I can easily get connected with our clients, my vendors, my NASA office, and with our employees in the field, anytime, anywhere.
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home healthcare supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price. And you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve you. At the Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street. We also ship to the Family Islands. Shop online and visit us on Facebook. Call Ports at 377-1771.
The long-awaited state-of-the-art project on Grand Bahama is on track for completion by 2025, according to the Minister of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, the Honorable Chester Cooper, who toured both the international and domestic terminals today. Ramiko Knowles of our Northern Service was there.
Steadily.
The Minister of Tourism, Investment and Aviation, the Honorable I. Chester Cooper, confirming that the state-of-the-art airport project in Grand Bahama remains on track for a 2025 completion. The ambitious project, which is eagerly anticipated by local residents, will be constructed in phases as outlined in the initial bill design.
But actively, we're doing a design bill for the new terminal facility, and let me just say, soon we'll see that coming out of the ground, and I think the people of Grand Bahama will be very pleased.
Minister Cooper says that the redevelopment, which represents a $200 million investment, is moving forward and that Grand Bahamians will soon start to see tangible results.
Building an airport takes time, and we want to build what is suitable for the people of Grand Bahama. We promised a world-class airport.
The tourism minister also providing an update on the demo work, which has commenced at the Grand Bahama International Terminal.
We've gutted all of the interiors and we've cleaned it up. It was a complete mess since the Hurricane Dorian destroyed it. We are actively engaged with a number of cargo companies who are extremely interested in doing some things here. And we've had to pause to consider these opportunities that might be very lucrative for Grand Bahama. So we've put a pause on the demolition at the moment. There's a possibility that we will use the space for cargo as we build the other sides of the airport.
The government entered an agreement with key partners to design, build, finance, operate, maintain, and redevelop the airport on Grand Bahama. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Ramiko Knowles.
Thanks, Ramiko. As thousands of students prepare to be dressed smartly in their uniforms with all of the necessary school supplies in hand to get a good quality education next week, education officials are examining public schools' physical environments nationwide. Director of Education Dominique McCartney-Russell has more on school repairs across the country.
All 160 schools and special programs will open for students on September 2nd in all 10 of our districts. While there are still some minor repairs and some minor works being completed, it will not hinder students from entering the classroom. We would have received reports from Abaco, Andros, Eleuthera, South Central Bahamas, Grand Bahama, Exuma, Cat Island, Long Island. And though I was concerned about Eleuthera because of the electricity issues there, Ministry of Works has secured temporary supply, and so I'm advised that Harbor Island All Age will also open on September 2nd.
And it's time now for a check on Family Island weather with Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Good evening, Basil. I know we've heard thunder and lightning right here from our studios this evening. Is that going to be what's in the forecast for the remainder of the week?
Well, there is a persistent upper-level trough that's generating those thunderstorms. We'll talk about that later in the newscast. There's also two areas in the tropics we're looking at as well. One to the southeast of Bermuda and another one in the central Atlantic. All the details coming up later in the newscast. But right now we're under mostly cloudy skies. Temperature at 83 degrees. Your relative humidity 75%. Easterly winds at 8 miles per hour. The barometric pressure 1,017.7 millibars. That's 30.05 inches. And your temperatures around the islands this evening: Marshall, Abaco at 83, 81 degrees in Granville, Key, and Freeport, Grand Bahama. The Berry Islands 84, Allenstown, Bimini at 83, 83 also in Harbor Island. Rock, Sunny, Lutra 84, 82 in Fresh Creek, Central Andros. Camp Space Old Andros, Black Point, Exuma reporting 83, Allenstown, Cat Island at 85. Also, San Salvador, Rum Key, and Georgetown, Exuma at 85 degrees, 86 in Ragged Island, Clarence Sound, Long Island, and Crooked Island. And Betsy Bay, Maguana, 84, Acklands at 88, 83 degrees in Matutani, Nagua, and the Turks and Caicos Islands at 84 degrees. And your boating forecast tonight is brought to you by a live business where you're always protected during the worst storms. In the northwestern islands tonight through Friday, easterly winds 10 to 50 knots, the wave heights 2 to 4 feet. Low tide will occur at 11:05 tonight. The second low tide at 10:58 tomorrow morning for the central and southeastern islands through Friday. Easterly winds as well, but the winds will be a little stronger at 12 to 18 knots. The wave height 3 to 6 feet. So caution flags are in place for the central and southeastern islands into Friday. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they're brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
Where you going? Well, hey, y'all, where you been, y'all? I've been looking for you, looking for you. by the bar last night. This gal, she was looking nice, she blew my mind. Right on the side. I start to order drinks and I drink everything. She make me feel like a king. Now I went down, I asked to take her home. I said I live alone, she jumped in my ride and come with me. We wake and scrape the morning come. Girl, let's sleep and I wake up.
And that's going to do it for your international temperatures brought to you by Royal South Shores. But stay tuned, the extended weather forecast is still ahead.
I've been looking for you.
In case you missed the news or want to stay ahead, follow us at ZNS Digital on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or X. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and visit us on our website at znsbahamas.com.
Hey, it's your honorary pump attendant back again with another episode on the do's and don'ts at a service station. Let's go. What you ain't gonna do is just pull up to any dispenser and put the nozzle inside your car without reading the signs. Because if you put the wrong fuel inside your car and the car mess up, you could be mad at us, all right? And then you have to walk a catch bus for about 3 to 18 months. What you're supposed to do is read the signs. We place signs all over the dispenser to tell you which fuel is which. Because you put the wrong one in your car, say bop, and you could be mad at us. You could be, oh, what happened to my car? No, it's you who ain't read. It say diesel, diesel, one word, diesel. You got up, and you mad at us. Read, that's all you have to do.
The most important thing in life is family, and whenever you need reliable advice, you look to the people you know you can trust. At J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers, we earn our clients' trust every day. Whether it's home, motor, travel, or commercial insurance, we've got you covered. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
JS Johnson Insurance, peace of mind.
You could spend more, but why? Save with the specials at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets. See best tuna, 5-ounce, 2 for $1.89. Western canola oil, 48-ounce, $4.99. Sweet peaches or nectarines, $1.99 per pound. Mort's assorted juices, 8-pack, 6.75 ounces, $5.99. Chicken leg quarters, 10-pound bag, $1.09 per pound. Rescuing you from high prices, that's Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
Car insurance, home insurance, marine insurance, this insurance, that insurance. The truth is, you may not like it very much, but you need insurance, and it has to work for you. That's why Summit insurance policies are designed with you and your life in mind, fitting your lifestyle and needs perfectly. So you can rest comfortably knowing that your car, home, boat, and business are well taken care of. Contact our agents at Insurance Management today. Summit Insurance. We peak above all others.
That's the bear of the Bahamas. I like to go down. Oh yeah.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Well, welcome to your ZNS Total Sports Check, everybody. I'm Marcellus Hall. Well, today was another day of competition in Lima, Peru, as our under-20 World Junior Track and Field Championship team continued their competition prowess. Now, Jay Philippe getting us updated on the performances.
Competition started for Team Bahamas as early as 10 a.m. this morning. 16-year-old Tasia Stubbs competed in the women's javelin throw, where she finished in 12th place in her group in a best mark of 44.28 meters.
Just being out here, that's an accomplishment in itself. So although I didn't compete and put it all out there today like I wanted to, I'm still really trying to be proud of myself for just being here. I know I have more in me, so next year this isn't happening again. It was a really good competition, you know, all these young ladies from around the world, you know, they're coming and they're bringing it, so you got to bring it too. You really gotta lock in mentally, physically, emotionally, all around, so that anything that happened in the track, you could fight against it and you could still push through.
First-time national team member Kimari Hannah lined up this morning as well, where she ran the women's 400-meter hurdles. Hannah clocked 104.84 seconds for a 9th place finish in her heat.
I executed the best I could regarding the winner. It's really cold, not really what I used to running in, but I tried my hardest, and I did clip the hurdle towards the end, but I still tried my hardest to get back on my feet and finish strong. At first, I felt really motivated, but as I saw everybody start to pass me, I realized that I had to try a little harder, but they was already ahead of me, so I didn't do anything else.
Now, Olympian Zion Miller was expected to run the 400 meters in Heat 714 Bahamas, but during his warm-ups, he experienced some discomfort in his legs. This, according to coach Darren Lightburn. Reporting from Lima, Peru, at this year's World Under-20 Championships, I'm Jay Philippe, ZNS Total Sports.
And yesterday we told you about how Olympic sport handball is attempting to become more active here in the Bahamas. With that in mind, the Federation implementing a number of initiatives to get things rolling. Charles Fisher with more.
History has it that handball originated in the 1800s and is now an Olympic sport, and is just now being introduced to the Bahamas.
Sport's been in here now for about 8 or 9 years, but really COVID has really threw us back. This was all about bringing new sports to the Bahamas, giving athletes another opportunity to get involved in other sports. You know, because some sports athletes think that that's the only sports. So we want to give them different type sports so they can have more opportunity.
Handball Association President Wellington Miller talking about the potential this sport can bring.
This sport is big in Europe, and now it's coming to America, and there are a few scholarships available in some universities. So now maybe some Bahamian youths could get a scholarship to school in the University of the United States.
Lawrence Hareburn is Vice President of the Federation with responsibility for teaching the game.
12 a team, 7 aside, inclusive of goalie, backs, and wings. And we play, it's a 30-minute half with a 1-hour game. And it's a fast game, whereas we try to eliminate all the stoppages. So you will see the ball keeps moving. Once it goes to the goalie, it comes out, and things go. If you score, the ball is live as soon as the goalie gets the ball and get the ball out. So it's a live and a fast game, much like beach soccer is. Dribble the ball as much as you wish. You can only make 3 steps before you pass, dribble, or shoot. So, and if you exceed 3 steps, then we call it traveling.
As for the court size?
We have to use what we have now. The basketball court is smaller. The size of a handball court, it's 20 meters by 40 meters. Our basketball courts are not that size. So what we we use the 3-point lines as our crease lines, and we use the, we tinkle with the outer bounds lines, to use those, even though it's not wide enough, but we use them at this time.
The Federation is under the Bahamas Olympic Committee, but there is no official league as yet.
From this, I guess, we'll form a league. There's now been plans put in place, I think in the next 3-4 weeks when school gets started, to have an East versus North, or West versus East, North versus South, and then we come together for a one-day championship to really, really push handball.
So if you're looking for a new challenge, then check out the Bahamas Handball Federation. Who knows, Bahamas may one day be represented at the Olympics in handball. For ZNS Total Sports, I'm Charles Fisher.
And Masters world champion in the 400 meters and silver medalist in the 200 meters, Tim Munnings, is now back home and attending a nuclear weapons workshop held here today. The 58-year-old saying that staying active a major part of his success on the track in Sweden.
So even though I retired from competitive competition, I still remained active. I go and exercise, I go to Fort Charlotte, I go to the track, I watch the kids training, and it's pretty inspiring watching the kids do what I used to do, so that's what I did.
The former Olympian encouraging young athletes to keep working hard and to be patient.
I'm thankful that God has blessed me with this talent, and for the young persons, I want them to know that success doesn't come overnight. There will be ups, there will be downs, but they can't be discouraged. They have to keep on going on, going on. It takes sometimes a long time just to move your time, just a fraction of a second. So be encouraged, continue to train hard. Sports will teach you discipline, dedication, and it's all hard work.
And that's it. You look at sports here on this beautiful Wednesday. Of course, our Wednesday weather forecast just ahead. Stay with us.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
June 1st to November 30th, the ZNS Radio and Television Network is the #1 source in the Bahamas for hurricane information before, during, and after a storm. Now is the time to choose your radio and television hurricane season ad packages. Get extra special rates and run the ads only when you want them to run. Call the ZNS sales office today at 502-3800.
Time now for weather.
In our final look at weather, we'll get you started in the tropics, and we anticipate that an area of low pressure will form in the central Atlantic over the next couple of days and then gradually move towards the west. The Hurricane Center, by the way, has given this system a 20% chance of development in the long term. So we'll keep our eyes on it very closely. And then there's another area just to the south of Bermuda, some 300 miles to the south of Bermuda. Well, that has a very low chance of development. Don't think anything will come out of that system either. But closer to home, we still have this upper level troughing across the northwest Bahamas, which will support pockets of showers and thunderstorms tonight over parts of the area, but it will move towards the west, and tomorrow we should see some clearing over the area, but that will be short-lived as a tropical wave moving from the east to the west will bring some cloudiness our way on Friday and over the weekend as well. Now, tonight, we are looking at overcast and warm conditions with a low temperature of 79 degrees. Tomorrow, a bit breezy in the morning, turning cloudy with thunderstorms in spots. 88 degrees should be your high temperature. And your extended weather forecast, we will see gray skies once again as we head into the weekend, courtesy of that tropical wave, which will be pushing westward across the Bahamas. And that seems as though it's going to be with us right into Monday of next week. But the skies will open up briefly on Tuesday with lots of sunshine. And then Wednesday, we'll see cloudy conditions once again. Temperature-wise, not too bad over the next several days. We're going to keep you in the 80s right into Saturday, but we'll jump back into those 90s as we head into Sunday, and that will continue to climb heading into the middle part of next week. LaDawn.
Thanks a lot, Basil. Well, girls 10 and older will get an opportunity to learn more about their worth as individuals and how to command their destiny when the Esther Court is called to order next month. The Bible-based free program was founded by Assistant Pastor Valerina Taylor-Roll, who noted that it's all about empowering girls and giving them the tools they need to make good decisions.
This time we have 4 topics that we will be focusing on. We have self-awareness, we have communication and behavioral skills, we have how to dress like a lady, and fine dining, how to dine right. After the 4 sessions, we will climax with an award and crowning ceremony in the form of a tea party.
Sessions will take place every Friday in September at the new Oasis of Love Kingdom Ministries International, beginning at 7 p.m. Taylor-Roll started the program back in 2022, but it was put on hold due to the pandemic. She says preparations have been finalized as the initiative gets set to begin in a matter of days.
Excited. We have some fun interactive sessions waiting for you. By the way, one of our speakers is Therese Davis, aka Dynamite Daisy, and she's going to be touching on dressing like a lady. And so I'm excited to just see what's going to happen. We have a page on Facebook. Just go to the Esther Court, T-H-E, Esther, E-S-T-H-E-R, Court. And once you go to that page, you will see a link there. There's a flyer and there's a link above the flyer. You click the link and you register. It is absolutely free. And it's a quick registration. It's not a long hassle. So if that doesn't work for you, you can go to Facebook as well, to Val Taylor Rule. That's my page, Val Taylor Rule. The flyer is also there with the link.
Well, that does it for the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. From all of us here at ZNS, I'm LaDawn Davis. Make it a great evening, everyone.
During the calm before the storm. Life-threatening storm surge and winds in the northwest.